In the previous video, we used nested if to identify the place to visit based on the city we were in. There is a slightly different and easier way to do the same using switch, and we will see that in this video. But before that, let's see a couple of more examples. We want to identify the day of week on the basis of our date without using the text function. For example, 31st December 2021 is a Friday, so it should display Friday, while for 1st January 2022, which is a Saturday, so it should display that. We can do it using switch function.
So switch will basically evaluate our expression or formula, and it will compare against a set of values, and then it will return the first match. For example, here if our formula will return 1, then switch will display Monday. If the formula returns 5, it will display Friday. Now to get the day from a date, we will use the weekday function, which returns a value between 1 and 7 when we give it a date as input. We will discuss this function in detail in our date and time series section.
So we will write switch weekday date. It is important that we format and align our formulas properly so that they are much more readable. So let's press Alt Enter. We will select 1 as our first value and Monday as our first result. We will press Alt Enter again. We will select 2 as our second value and Tuesday as our second result. We will combine this till 6 as our sixth value and Saturday as our sixth result. And for the seventh one, we do not need to write 7. We can just specify Sunday, because if none of these values are matched, it will return Sunday by default. When your formulas are formatted properly, they become much more easier to read and maintain. Let's change our data a little bit and it will return the correct value. Will we ever calculate our days like this? No, we have a text function which is really easy, and we can write text. We select our date and we write 4 times d and we get the same result. Let's look at the other two examples we discussed in the last video. So here we want to identify the place to visit based on the city. Here switch will see that the city is Agra. It will scan Agra in this list of values. Since Agra is present, it will return Taj Mahal. Notice here, Agra was present twice, but it returned the first available match and it stops its search as soon as the match is found. If no match is found, let's say we specified the city as Pune, it will return the default value. The syntax, as we discussed earlier, is very simple. You start with the expression you want to evaluate. Here in our case, we are looking to compare the value of this cell. Then we specify what should be the first value following by the result in case if the value matches. Then we specify the second value followed by its result and so on. In the last, we can specify a default value which should be returned if nothing is matched. Notice, in order to achieve the same task, we did not have to write multiple if statements, so it was much more easy and clean. But is this the best way to do this? Not really. We could have used XLOOKUP to do this within seconds, which is much more clean. Let's see another example where we want users to see the to date, week to date, month to date and year to date revenue on the basis of selection. We have sales data on the left hand side, which we have also used in our previous sheet. On the right hand, we have already calculated all the sales. We will learn how to calculate them in a future video. Now we just need to apply the switch formula. If the user selects MTD, they should see MTD sales. If they select YTD, they should see YTD values. If they select QTD, since we have not calculated QTD, I have defaulted it to criteria not found. We can use XLOOKUP for this scenario as well, it would have performed much better. One other option that looks suitable for switch is to return quarter based on the months. If our month is 1, 2 or 3, we return Q1. For 4, 5 or 6, we will return Q2 and so on. So we will write switch month of this date. Month function returns value between 1 to 12 based on the date. If the month is 1, it will return 1. For 2, again it will return 1. For 3, again we want 1. For 4, we will return 2. And let me quickly write this formula now. We will concatenate Q with this to return Q1, Q2 and so on. Now when we change our date's value, the date is changing accordingly. But again, is this the best way to do it? No, we can do it using choose function in a much simpler manner. We will see that in detail when we create quarters in our calendar table. Let's look at another example where we used nested if to grade people based on their scores. Here, instead of having a single value comparison, we want to check if our score is greater than a certain value. For such situations, we will write true in our expression. Now basically Excel looks at our list of values and checks which conditions are returning true. As soon as it finds the first true condition, it stops looking. So here we will write switch true, score is greater than equals to 90, then we will write A plus. Again we will check if score is greater than equals to 75, then we will write A, and we will write all our conditions accordingly, and finally we will write our default value. Here the student A qualifies for all the condition, but switch returned A plus because that was the first condition which matched. What do you think? Was it more clear when we wrote it with if, or was it more clear with switch? I feel here nested if was a little more intuitive, and switch with true may be confusing for some people. But if we align our formulas properly, even switch looks good. As I mentioned in my first video, there are n number of ways to solve a problem. You can solve a problem using switch, or you can use choose function, or you can use nested if, whatever is more convenient. Let's do a quick recap. Switch evaluates an option, checks it against a set of values, and it returns the corresponding results. I hope these examples clear all your doubts related to switch. We will see some more if functions in the next video.